I witnessed, recorded, and produced these videotapes of the Washington, D.C. hearing. Their authenticity is above question.
This is produced as part of the ongoing work on the website, thewaythetruthandthelife.net.
This is a hearing about the government licensing the electrocution of people to cause grand mal seizures. Think of the millions of dollars, taxpayers' money, spent to pay psychiatrists and their supporters and for the worldwide travel in putting this conference together, while the victims and opponents had to pay their own way.
Cuckoo's Nest was such a brilliant movie.
Get your comments on Cuckoo's Nest tonight. This is a subjective interest. What did you think about Cuckoo's Nest?
I think Cuckoo's Nest is probably, next to Casablanca, the greatest American movie.
If I told you that it almost exactly duplicated my personal experience, you think that I'm lying to you?
Absolutely not.
Because it does.
For me to say that there hasn't been coercive psychiatry is a lie. I know there has been. And our job, those of us who consider ourselves ethical psychiatrists, our job is to try to get rid of that coerciveness. But the point is that these, I guess you're with them, don't believe in psychiatric therapy at all. So, I mean, we're not able to have a dialogue. I mean, if you basically don't accept that mental illness exists and that drug treatment, for example, is a very effective thing to do, then there's nothing for us to have a dialogue with.
Yeah, but you understand that there are members of your profession that with the phenothiazines now, the literature shows, but the literature now shows upwards of 30% for long-term use of tardive dyskinesia. And that funny jerking that when it was being given to me, the psychiatrist wrote down as a symptom of my illness. Do you understand what I mean? These problems have existed, and in looking and willing to find people to be a friend when you need a friend, and with their professional expertise. But the profession itself has had some very serious problems in breaking the trust that naive people have put in.
It's not like the surgeons in the 14th, 15th, 16th century that cut people's legs off without any anesthesia when they had to. I mean, what happened since 1935 with convulsive therapy, for example, before modification was the first one I ever saw was unmodified, and I thought it was medieval torture. And I wouldn't do it if we didn't have modification. I mean, no, then it would be a very difficult thing. But what you say if you deny all psychiatric therapy, ECT, drugs, is that you're advocating euthanasia because you're saying that the severely mentally ill people have a right to snuff themselves rather than someone else doing it for them. And I say that that's no different than having Nazis come in, line you up against the wall, and shoot you if you're a chronic mental patient.
See, I understand the concern you're using. From where I've seen that rationale for a profession used to protect people that express anger in the implementation of their treatment.
I think people that are mentally competent, and I've let the legislature, whoever wants to make that decision, make it, have an absolute right to refuse treatment. As long as they're not imminently dangerous to someone else, and I think to themselves. Now I realize that Savs and Dr. Bregan have different views on danger to self, but you know, if I know that someone is psychotic and they say that they're going to go out and axe murder somebody, I can't let them go.
Why don't you lock them up in the jail? That's the thing to do with axe murderers, lock them up in the jail.
Not if they haven't done it.
Well, I think a threat is illegal.
No, it's not.
A threat to somebody's life is not.
It's not illegal unless it's made in it's not illegal to threaten someone's life as long as you don't do it in a way that indicates you're imminently right now going to do it. If someone were just say, well, I'm going to get rid of Dr. Bregan, that's not you can make any threat you want.
No, but
if it's
that's
vague and
non-specific. You said if somebody told you they were going to axe murder somebody.
But if I have the conception that they're ill.
Now wait a minute, we're changing the subject, aren't we?
Then I'm not going to put them in jail.
Well, why shouldn't someone who is incapable of, in fact, you know that many psychiatric wards are less comfortable than jail.
No, you hadn't
Why
been in
not
Texas
treat-
jails.
Hey, Arl,
Well,
Say the difference is that you don't believe in mental illness, and I do. So we can't have a doctor.
well, no, I didn't say
Well, I'm
that.
not saying you, but I mean,
It's been misused. It's been
if
misused.
it's used as an agent of social control, that's absolutely wrong. People should not be deprived of their freedom because they're different. They should not be deprived of freedom simply because they're crazy. Even if just because they're psychotic, they shouldn't be deprived of their freedom. People have the right to be psychotic.
But look, they have been deprived of their freedom because they're different, haven't they?
I'm not saying they haven't. What I'm saying is that you lump all of us into one bag, just like I could lump all of you into one bag, and I don't
Have
do
you
that.
ever deprived of
I
a
think
different
on
person
both
of-
cases there's more tolerant and respectful.
It's like I told CNN News, I don't doubt that you have had a very bad experience with ECT. I'm not saying that you made that up. I don't say it's because of your illness. I think you had a very bad experience, and I'm sorry about
You
it.
know about my experience.
No, I don't.
Well,
But I'm saying that the people here who say that they had a
From
bad
talking to you, I
experience,
know-
I've never given insulin.
Okay, that's another type of brain damaging. All the brain damaging procedures you call safe and effective. I know your history, and it stinks, and it's full of brain damaging, oppressive treatment, so-called treatment to people. What psychiatrists should be called is actually it's actually a good example of abuse. That's all it is.
So I say we can't have a dialogue when we have those kind of differing, polarizing
We've
opinions.
tried to dialogue with you guys, but you guys think you have all the answers. That's why you
See,
stack
I
the deck.
don't. See, you're making the same mistake that you accuse psychiatry of making. You're lumping me in with everybody else. And if
Well,
you'll do
I
that,
heard you.
fine.
I heard you loud and clear at the conference. You were a supporter of shock, and that's good
That's
enough
right,
for me.
because I see a lot of people that get better with it.
Because you're into damaging brains. That's
One electroshock treatment can equal the energy of 3 pistol shots to the head.
Dr. Rose accepted 2 pieces of literature for reference. I hope you might make copies available for the panel. We're talking about having a 3-factor information on the device and what we're using. And the one copy is the Thymatron, the brochure on a single sheet handout on the Thymatron pulse ECT device. And in there it shows the physical characteristics. I also included a current Winchester ammunition catalog because it shows the energy with which the bullets have. But running this machine at its maximum brings 201 joules of energy. That is 148 foot-pounds. If you're interested in actually understanding like the truth in lending and what they're talking about, 1 joule is 0.07376 foot-pounds. But what this means is this device, when operated at its maximum capacity, will lift a 1-pound weight 148.7 feet. The energy contained in that is equivalent to 3 25-caliber pistol slugs. Now that is just pure factual data. To give that lifting of 1 pound energy equivalence in informed consent, how could you not do that? And if you're going to give a procedure, the total energy and the total time are the physical parameters that characterize the device. How could you not include that information? And if a doctor prescribes a drug, he has to record the prescription. Why isn't the total time and the total energy recorded? This has been an experimental hazardous device for years now. Why hasn't this information been gathered that we could be talking with concrete objective facts rather than subjective opinions of psychiatrists and patients?
One electroshock treatment can equal the energy of 3 pistol shots to the head.
All right, out with your gun. Out with your gun.
Okay, this won't hurt. It'll be over in just a moment.
Uh-huh. What's that?
Conductant.
A little dab will do you. Right, Mr. Jackson?
Open your mouth.
What's that?
This will keep you from biting your tongue.
Well,
Now just bite down on it. That's right. Just bite down. Now bite down on it.
good. Are you ready? Here we go.